The End Times Ch.1 Another Victory. He sliced upwards, and a shrill of anguish echoed around the city, almost deafening Ronan. Skidding backwards as the laser bullet shot past his face, he stabbed at an alien behind him, who fell to the ground, muttering something that he couldn't understand. Patricus hopped over Ronan's head and blasted a hunchback creature with insect-like features to the ground. Suddenly, a claw about the size of a house scraped at the mud beside Peter, splattering him with whatever chemicals lay inside. He clambered onto the hand and began to sprint up the giant mantis's arm, aiming his gun at its eye. But before he could shoot, the beast smashed its hand into a building, and Peter began to fall down with the skyscraper. Screaming with terror as he plummeted towards his certain doom, he clung onto a cracked glass window. A sharp pain vibrated through his spine as he heard a metallic clang. He turned over to see the face of Collar looking at him through a cockpit windscreen. "Hey, Pete, I can't really see with you blocking my window while I'm trying to navigate my way through a pile of falling rubble," complained Collar, listening to the sound of rocks and bricks denting her red ship coating. Peter flipped onto the back of her jet and righted his way into the back of the cockpit. "Engage thrusters 8, 4, and 12, shouted Peter, flicking a switch above his head. After a sudden jerk, the ship began to shake as it flew at speeds even Collar couldn't comprehend. Error, warned the ship, in an alarmed tone. Flicking one more switch, Collar mumbled something to herself, and they both jumped out of the cockpit and free fell towards the ground. The ship shot straight into the mantis' hut as it let out one scream of agony as Collar and Peter deployed their parachutes. Ronan and Patricus waited patiently at the ground, finishing off the last few beasts of unexplainable horror. When they had landed, they all made their way to the tall, menacing building at the edge of the crime-ridden city. As they slowly ascended in the elevator, they heard mumbling on each floor they passed. Eventually, they made it to the top of the tube, and they stepped out into a grand room full of people, sitting at a polished marble table. Patricus walked slowly towards them and leant gently on the desk. "Hey, to Salome, the job's done. You are free to once again explore the city," Patricus told them in the most stern voice he could. "Well done, my boy," thanked his Salome. "Your help was greatly appreciated and will be cherished. Please accept this as a gift and a memory of us." He held up what appeared to be a sword with no special qualities. Patricus took it, and they all strode out of the room back into the elevator. Victory.